So today's first story is a recall for the Chevy Corvette, one of our favorite cars. And here are the facts you need to know. This is a safety recall for model years 2023 through 2026, and that will be for the Z06 model. If you have the ZR1, it'll be 2025 through 2026. So this recall was issued on August 21st of this year, and this is due to a fire risk during refueling. So the
Hmm.
issue is excessive fuel spillage onto the left side radiator fan is a radiator fan combo, and that can create a fire hazard. So, this radiator fan combination is unique to the Z06 and ZR1 models. So, if you have a Corvette Stingray or a Corvette E-Ray, those models are not affected. So, there's a stop sale order that is in effect for the vehicles that are affected by this recall. So, they can't sell them right now until they fix them. They may need to make an insert that will divert fuel in case the excess fuel gets into that hot area on the side.
Hmm.
What we're looking at here in this little black area over here on the driver's side, that's where they think the fuel can get in. If you own one of these vehicles, here are some suggestions. You want to follow the instructions on refueling the vehicle that is in the owner's manual. You want to be careful when refueling. Make sure to turn the vehicle off when you are refueling. Okay, don't refuel it with the engine still running. You want to make sure that the nozzle is fully inserted when you're filling up the gas tank. Don't overfill the tank. Do not try to top it off. I know some people, they're filling the tank and they hear that little click and they say, well, let me put a little bit more to top it off. Don't do that. In fact, don't do that for any vehicle. And we'll talk about why later, but definitely not for this one. Right now, we got to wait for the official recall notification letters and parts that they have to design to be available for this repair. You could check the status of the recall for your VIN at GM's recall site, which I'll show you a link for in just a moment. This recall was only recently issued by General Motors on Thursday, August 21st. It looks like it's still under review by NHTSA. And as of August 24th, which is today, Sunday, we don't have an official recall report, but I will share that with you once it comes out. According to roadandtrack.com, a representative from GM said the following. He said, this is a rare occurrence and has sometimes involved faulty gas station pumps as a contributing factor. So, this recall is described as precautionary and a voluntary safety action that is meant to prevent potential fire risk. Some people are speculating that the radiator fans coming on, even when the vehicle is off, sometimes your radiator fans will come on and run even when the vehicle is off. The speculation is that those fans coming on may be drawing in gasoline vapors into this area here, this air inlet area. I don't know if that's true. I'll show you a video of one of these fires. Well, this claims to be one of these fires. And I'm not so sure that that is the problem. Like I said, they're still investigating it, but we will find out when the investigation has concluded. Now, they're thinking that they might use some type of plastic insert, but if it's shown that the radiator fans coming on sucking in some air into this area or some gasoline vapors is a contributing factor, then you may actually see a software update. Maybe this is my speculation, my personal speculation.
Hmm.
You may see some type of software update. Maybe if they can tell when you're refueling, maybe they can tell these fans not to come on when you're refueling. I don't know. We will find out. But Dane, I'm going to try to pull up a video. What do you think of this situation now that you have heard this for the very first time ever?
Yeah, it is kind of a weird deal. When you were researching this, did you find out how many cars were at fault, or how many cars have had this burn down while refueling? Is it like one, and they just decided to check everything, or was it like 100? Or
I don't think it was I don't know exactly how many, but it was more than one, I'm pretty sure. So this is corvsport.com. Great name, by the way.
Hmm.
Just rolls off the tongue, Corvsport. But anyway, here's a picture of one of them. This a white one.
Yeah, there's not much left.
Yeah, yeah, look at that.
Damn.
And let's see, there was a video. So this is
Ooh.
this looks like a still picture.
Yeah.
And let's see. I'm gonna see if I can bring the video up. But yeah, Dane, this is not good, but we're not sure if it was the car's fault or if it was the gas station pump's fault. All right, so it doesn't look like there's somebody standing there. It looks like they just maybe
I see
he
that. Looks like the driver door is open.
yeah, but I don't see anybody standing
Or I don't
there.
see a person either. I see a person at the one across from it.
Yeah, so
Huh.
this is boom,
Wow.
and that guy gets away from it. Now, I haven't heard of anybody getting hurt from this.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that the guy wasn't, if he was in the car, he would have been hurt.
Oh yeah.
So I'm assuming he wasn't standing.
So he went inside maybe?
I'm thinking, oh no, what happened? This is crazy.
Dude, if I'm
But
that dude that's
this
pumping
is like
my fuel on
somebody
the other
named,
side, I am running.
oh yeah, I've been out of there.
Well, yeah,
But this
he's
is,
standing there watching it burn. I'm like, dude, get out of there, man. You're standing next to a bomb now.
yeah.
Oh,
So this is from a channel called Bricktop. I'll put the link in the description
mhm.
if you want to see the video over and over again. Let's do some nerd research. Now, I couldn't find the diagram of this specific Corvette, but this is one in general.
Yep.
I don't know. Let me make this bigger. Can you see this thing?
Yep.
All right. So, in general, you have to have the fuel filler neck is putting the gasoline is going down in there, but then
Mhm.
there's a vapor return hose. And
Yep.
again, I don't know if this is the Corvette is exactly like this, but it may be
It'll be
something
similar.
like that.
Yeah. Where there
And
has to
it,
be so right as the tank's empty, there's a lot of air in there, and as a liquid goes in, that air and vapor has to come out. So then it
right.
needs to be vented.
Mhm.
Yep.
So let's think of some failure modes now. If the gas the gas pump here, the nozzle, if this is defective, once it fills up, it will
Hmm.
just keep pushing more gasoline in there, and then it may spill out of the top.
Yeah.
That's what
Which.
I'm thinking, which is maybe that's where the gasoline came out and went down into that air inlet for the Corvette.
Yep.
That could be a potential failure mode.
Yeah, because
I
that
don't know.
radiator is going to be hot. It shouldn't be hot enough to ignite fuel, but it'll be hot. Your exhaust is basically right underneath of it too. So depending on if that vent is venting inside of the inside of the body of the car somehow and is dripping back down onto the exhaust, maybe that could be
Yeah, you
causing an
think maybe
issue.
maybe it was the exhaust because people were saying maybe it was the radiator fans, but then some other people were saying that they're brushless motors, so they shouldn't
Yeah,
spark like that.
that's true. Yeah,
So you think maybe it leaked onto the exhaust manifold?
yeah. So the exhaust is on the back end of the car. So if you look at where that fuel tank is at on the or the fuel door is at on the car, it's right above that vent, and in the back side of the door. Behind that is gonna be the engine and the exhaust.
So the exhaust. So where are you saying the exhaust manifold is
So
at?
if you go in the back of the door, you see there's that triangle like pocket, right? There's that vent hole. And so inside of there is a heat exchanger.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I believe it's for coolant, and there's a fan attached to it. But again, behind that fuel door, behind that radiator is going to be the engine. The engine sits behind the driver,
Hmm.
and out of that left, driver side bank the exhaust manifold is going to be right there. So that's venting down and getting close to the exhaust where it's hot enough to actually ignite fuel. Then that
Hmm.
could be a potential issue too. But think worst case scenario radiator at operating temperature is going to be like what 210 degrees, 220 degrees, worst case,
Yeah.
unless it's unless there's an issue and it's severely overheating for some reason. But that's not enough temperature to ignite fuel. So something
So you
else,
think it might be the exhaust manifold?
yeah,
I'm
it must mean
agreeing
it's
with
going to be
that.
exhaust that's super hot. Even then, under again normal conditions, usually even an exhaust isn't hot enough to ignite fuel, but something's going on. Maybe, like I said, maybe there's something electrical that's arcing that's causing fuel spillage or fuel vapor to catch on fire, but that was a big
Yeah,
flame. You know, that
yeah.
wasn't
So
just
I'm
like a light up real quick. That was a lot of vapor that went off.
yes, exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's unlikely that just the fans sucking in a little bit of fuel vapors is going to cause it to light up that fast.
Right.
But we'll find out is under investigation. Now, here are the numbers that you could call if you are an owner of one of these vehicles. Here's the recall number N252514930. And there's Chevy customer service. You could call it 1-800-222-1020. If you want to do the recall check with your VIN number for US owners, it's gm.com/owner center/recalls. And if you're in Canada, is gm.ca/en/owner center/recalls. Dane, let's look in the comment section. This guy says Mary should get a pay reduction because of this. Oh, how dare you. This guy says, whoa, man, that new ZR1 is fire. Oh, wait, it's on fire. Steve McBurn, Mr.
Mm,
Funny Man. This guy says going to be even funnier when that happens and you have no warranty because you bought it from a flipper. Yeah, this is not a warranty situation. This is a recall.
yep.
So even if you bought it from Mr. T on the desert island, it is still going to be covered. So
Yep.
don't worry about that. This guy says, as stated in the text of the article, certain Z06 and ZR1 models are equipped with a fan/radiator combination, which the Stingray does not have. Obviously, the ignition source would be the fan in this case. Oh, we're not so
Mm,
sure. We're not
yeah,
sure.
I'm not so sure about that.
We got to find out. All right. So it's under investigation, and we will hope to figure this out quickly because these are some of our favorite cars and we got to get it fixed. We don't know if it was the car's fault or the gas station pump fault or the owner's fault for I don't know what they did, but we
You
got to
seem to
fix
be
it.
absent, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, you got to turn the car off. You can't add more after it clicks. You're going to ruin not only just for this car, for any car. You'll mess up your charcoal canister
Right.
for your evap, and it's a mess. You don't need what are you going to get this much more fuel? If it
Yeah, don't do
clicks,
that.
it's over.
Just don't do
It's
it.
over. I know some older people like to keep putting more in after it
Gotta
clicks.
top it off. Make sure it's right up to the brim.
Yeah, no,
Why?
you don't.
No, you
The
don't. You
brim,
shouldn't.
you're at the top when it clicks. That's it.
Yeah, if it clicks.
All right. Well, that's what we got for that story. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments.